Amid all of this adventure, you had this terrible tragedy in your life. Your son Keith was killed in a motorbike accident at a young age. And you said of that incident, quotes, something like that, your own son being killed haunts you. The blackness never leaves you, end quotes. Has the blackness been diluted even a little as the years have passed?
Not really. It'll be 20 years in January since I lost him. So he'll have been dead as long as he was alive, actually.
Mm, hmm.
Um, without overdoing it, I've got pictures of him around my house. I think about him every day, and I miss him like hell. And it's, I remember saying at the time, um, when the press came to me, and I said, look, if you've got a son or a daughter, just go and give him a cuddle now, right this second. And that's what you miss. You wonder what would have been a granddad, or what would have done, what would have become of him. He would have now been 40. Um, and you just, and for Sally as well, I mean, she was wrecked by it and continues to be haunted. And, we go at the grave. It's really impossible to describe, but the darkness, the darkness never goes away, Graham. But you get shit. I mean, you learn that you have to go on with your life, and it's not a crime against Keith to have a laugh,
Mm.
or smile, or have a good day out. That's what he would have wanted me to do. So and I continue. It was a motorcycle. He was killed on his motorbike, and I for a year I couldn't go on my own motorbike, but I now ride it because I know I could hear him saying, "Get on the bloody bike again," and I ride my motorbike. I mean, I don't go in winter. I'm a very much a fair weather biker, but I love it.
Mm.
Taking a run down
Hmm.
the coast or whatever on a sunny day. So I ride my motorbike still. Kind of do it for his memory, and it wasn't. It was a guy, a bad bit of car driving with someone, not Keith's. In fact, he wasn't. He was a pillion, and it was his pals at the handlebars. So it wasn't his mistake that killed him. It was a driver who made a mistake. So yeah, as a son and a pal, I miss him like crazy. And you start, as your life goes on, and you start to lose more and more of your friends and your contemporaries and people that are older than you even. And we're all heading the one road, but you have to believe that Keith's life was there for the living, and he had 20 joyous years. But no, never forget him, and the darkness just never ever goes away. The funny thing, I'm doing this from my house, and as I said, the darkness never goes away. The exterior lights just came on the road. That's a strange thing. That was a strange thing that happened there.
I cannot imagine that tragedy in my own life. And I wonder, Chick, does it change your values? Did it change your worldview? How did you change because of it?
Well, I hope you never will, Graham, and I hope no one that's even contemplate. I know you have a son. It was yes, everything changed. Your view of the world. I remember just after it, um, I was going to Switzerland in a flight. I was going to do a story at UEFA, and we were coming to Geneva, and the plane suddenly dropped. It just must have hit an air pocket or something. Must have dropped a few 100 feet, and people were screaming in this plane. And I never blinked. I just thought, so what? It kind of prepares you for anything. There can't be anything that happens worse than me losing Keith. So you definitely look, and you asked me earlier about being popular or not. What does that matter? Compared to what I've gone through. So yeah, it's very difficult to describe to someone to anyone who's not going through this. And I would, I hope and pray that no one I know ever goes through anything like this. But it definitely makes you look at the world totally differently, because your list of priorities changes in a heartbeat.
I remember being on a flight with you, Chick, and the rest of the media pack, maybe 2 or 3 years after this tragedy. We were flying off somewhere with Scotland, and you were laughing uproariously at something one of the media wags had said. And I remember looking at you and thinking, thank God this guy can still see fun and laughter in life. And I'm not doubting for a minute the pain, but I remember seeing you in that moment and thinking, oh, thank God you can still have fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's still to this day darknesses, waking up in the middle of the night and when you're alone, and people never know what unless you've had it to, unless you've suffered this yourself, you'll never know what me or Sally or any other parent who's lost a child has gone through. But you have to, you I was 50, and I was about to be 50. The year Keith died, actually, he would have been 21 in April, and I would have been 50 in May. So it was going to be a massive year of partying, which of course evaporated. But there was a year or two. I just don't remember. There's a bit of my life. I must have just been taken over, and you contemplate everything from the darkest things, and then you think, well, you know what, you've got a choice: do yourself in or carry on. And there's only one choice there, really, which is to carry on. And if you're going to carry on, then you owe it to him to try and make the most of what you can, and have fun when you can, have a laugh. I've said to you before, I've got the greatest friends that anyone was ever blessed with. Guys I've become pally with, and apart from the original school pals, and to have them around you, and you can't go. Everybody else in the world has got worries and concerns as well, and you cannot load your dreadful situation, your worries and your concerns. You cannot ask everyone else to shoulder them, because they've got their own issues to be going on with. And it becomes a time, I think, after a couple of years, I thought, I've got to get a grip of myself, at least publicly, and get on with this, because I've got whatever I've got left, days left to live, years, and it's been 20 now, that you think, well, I'm blessed with this. I've got to make the most of it. If I'm going to meet him again sometime, whatever happens, if there's an afterlife, then we'll get there. I used to, I wrote the thing, and I said it, that we used to talk about when we went to motorbikes, he would go on a bit faster than me, and I used to say, I'll see you at the end of the road. We used to go away to Isla on the bikes and things. I'll see you at the end of the road, and that's what I put in his wreath. I said, well, I'll see you at the end of the road, meaning that, I don't know, my time's up. When my time's up, or maybe I'll get together again. I don't know. I'm sure nothing like that happens, but you've got to believe in something to keep yourself going.